All right, back again. It is e-scouting season, and there's no better time than now than to organize all your hunting waypoints, whether they're from hunting waypoints from last year, whether they've been on the field scouting, put boots on the ground, or you did a bunch of e-scouting, and it's time to organize that data. Because I always say, if you're, the more organized you are, the higher chance you have to be successful in the field because you have a plan, and organization is the first step of developing a e-scouting and then later on a hunting plan. So I'm going to walk you through some of the strategies I developed over the years. Obviously, use whatever you want, use whatever color scheme, icons, use whatever you do, but use that consistently and make sure you actually have a plan to how you organize waypoints. Don't just leave all your waypoints the same icon color, the same icon, because that is not good. It's not going to set you up for success, and I'll show you why here in a second. So I do a lot of different organization strategies when it comes to marking my waypoints and doing all the stuff when I'm e-scouting. I have a specific color coding scheme that I'll walk through really quickly, and how I actually color code all my waypoints. It just helps me, again, stay more organized, and you can use whatever colors you want. These colors just work well for me because when I'm scrolling through the map, whether it's 3D, whether it's in 2D, and maybe I'm learning a new unit that I want to apply for, or maybe it's already a unit I've drawn, using this color coding scheme just make things pop a little bit more. And then once I start going in the field, get some more data, all that stuff starts popping a little bit more, and I can start developing like hidden tricks of what I'm seeing on the mountain, or I'm trying to crack the code and crack the puzzle per se of the area I'm exactly hunting, and then I can start piecing it all together to be really successful. So here's a quick run through of my color scheme and why it is. Again, use whatever you want, but this works for me. Steal it if you want to. And another great tip too is once you take all these colors schemes, I like to drop it in the hunt folder as a note. That way you can reference, okay, what do these colors mean? So you can continue to use that so it becomes second nature. I'll go through really quickly. Yellow. So anytime I use yellow on any of my waypoints, that's going to be glassing when e-scouting. It's just really easy to see that yellow and then the glassing icon for me. And then once I get in the field and I confirm that actually is a really good glassing spot, I'll change that yellow one to blue, and I might have to move that waypoint, maybe 10 yards, maybe 50 yards away to actually where there's an opening on the mountain, because sometimes it's hard to see exactly where that glassing point will be. So yellow e-scouting, then once I get in the field and confirm it, I'll change the color to blue. Black. Black is one of my favorite waypoint colors because that means I killed something. So black is the only time I ever use black on my mapping service is when I've killed an animal. So obviously change that to black, and I use that for whatever animal icon it might be. Then also wherever I shoot an animal from, I like to track that data as well. So where I've taken the shot, I'll mark a waypoint, and that's going to be black too. So then eventually when I'm going through the other stuff, which you've heard me talk about before, terrain analysis, all the kill location analysis I do, those black waypoints start to really pop where I've seen actually a lot of animals or taken a lot of animals in the past. Light blue when I'm in the field, that's just any animal I see, whether it's a doe, whether it's a mule deer buck, elk, bear, whatever it is, I'll put the correct icon, and I'll label it a light blue color, and that's actual in the field animals. Orange, the only time I ever use orange is when I'm e-scouting. I'm like, dang, this looks like a really bucky area, and then obviously change it to like a buck icon if I'm saying it's a really, really bucky area, or an orange elk will be really good, potentially good looking elk area. So that's when I use orange. White is going to be anything with navigation. So where I park, a trail, ATV, turns, that sort of thing, access. So white basically is just my road and trail navigation icon or color coding scheme. Gray is camp. It's really easy to see. Blue is my water icon, which should be obvious, but again, I use blue for glassing, but that glassing icon is totally different from the water icon, so I just double up there. And then red is going to be blood. So that's a quick look at the color coding and why. So now let's jump into an actual example of me e-scouting and how I'm going to utilize those colors. All right, so now you can see here, I'm on GOHUNT Maps on the web right now. I'm going to walk you through my organization process, which includes icons, includes color schemes, and includes hunt folders. So the first thing here, you saw I've done a bunch of e-scouting here. Maybe this has been some places I've also previously hunted, and places where I've killed the bucks. This is obviously a very, very fake spot where I'm showing you guys right now. Totally fake, never been here before. First thing I'm gonna do, I have all these waypoints here. Let's say I just marked them down, whatever it may be. I want to organize these into a hunt folder, because the hunt folders are gonna keep me, again, organized with a good plan, and then I can just turn off and turn on hunt folders as I need to, or have hunt folders based on year, or hunt folders based on species, whatever you wanna do, you can do it on GOHUNT Maps. So I'm gonna go up here, I'm gonna click the little arrow button, that's gonna allow me to bulk select everything, that's gonna allow me to instantly create all these into a hunt folder a lot easier. So I'm gonna use that select icon there, and simply just click and drag all the waypoints. It's going to highlight all the waypoints. Down here in the bottom left, there's going to be a section for hunts. I'm going to click on that. Okay, I'm going to create new. I'm going to create it. I'm going to select it, click add. So now all these waypoints right now are added to my hunt folder, which is going to be a great place to start. So now we need to start working on colors and start working on icons. So as I'm going to zoom in here, I need to, again, like right now you look at this, like this looks like a mess. It's what it is. Anytime you leave waypoints like this, if I ever, someone asks me about, hey, check out this little thing on my phone, ask me suggestions or whatever when I meet them in person, and they show me a bunch of waypoints that are all the same color, and be like, that's a mess. We need to organize it and we need to clean it up. So right now I'm going to start cleaning all these up for you and show you kind of how I do it and how the picture of what we're looking at and how I could use this when I'm hunting in the field or using eScout is going to pay off. So right here is next to road. Obviously I parked my truck right here. So I'm going to tap on it, go view details. We're going to edit this waypoint. Again, all road stuff is white. If I wanted to, I could just name it too. Park truck. I really am a big fan of naming everything as well. If I am in the field and naming something, I'm going to leave the date and time after the fact, but right now since I'm e-scouting, we're using it slightly as an e-scouting example, I'm not going to do that. So park truck, I'm going to select the waypoint type, scroll all the way down. I'm going to grab the truck waypoint right there, click save. Boom, got that one done. You can see over here, I have a trail that looks like it turns. I want to actually know that, so I'm going to edit that waypoint. I'm going to edit here. Again, this is going to be white, and we're going to go to the trail icon, click save. Right here, you can see there's a stream running through there. So this was where I was going to get some water before I hike up to my camp spot. So I want to edit that blue icon here, scroll all the way down, select the water, save. And again, if I wanted to, I could name that water spot. Again, just do everything you can to be more organized. That's the main point of this whole video right now and how eventually all this stuff is going to pay off. Okay, now we're going to get up onto this area I'm actually planning on hunting. So this was a glassing spot right here. I want to select the glassing icon. Another great thing too, which is that normally I have, obviously this is not my main account right now I'm looking at, but you see here on the right of all these icons, there's a little star. So there's a bunch of waypoints that you use a lot. You can actually star those, and then those icons are going to show up in your favorites, which makes things really handy and a lot quicker instead of scrolling through that big list of waypoints. So it's going to be a glassing waypoint. Let's say I've never been there before, so I'm giving it my yellow. I'm going to name this glassing, number 1. Okay, moving along here, up on top on this mountain. This is my second glassing point I want to check out. Glassing 2. All right, and then this one right here is going to be my camping spot. Camp 1, gray icon, click with the camp, favorite it. Okay, so now I got some just generalized waypoints. I can start to see a big picture. Okay, there's where I parked, there's my turn, get water, glass 1, glass 2, and my camp. Okay, now let's say I'm up here doing some actual boots on the ground scouting. All right, I was looking for bucks at these glassing points, and right here, this little edge habitat, I actually located a buck. So I'm gonna mark that buck real quick. Blue, this was a 180-inch buck. It was absolutely huge, really sweet buck. Select that buck icon, save. This one right here was another buck that I spotted. Actually, let's say this was a doe. This is the doe. And then up here, let's say this was just a small buck. All right, so we got those marked. Now let's say I actually came in here on my hunt. All right, so now I have a plan put in place. I know where we're going to park, get up all the way in here, camp. I got some bucks spotted, that sort of thing. So you can see instantly how having all these visuals, having all these colors is going to make things a little bit easier. I can tell what I'm looking at. Let's say I jump into 3D right now. I can adjust everything over. But let's say these bucks weren't here where I was, but let's say this little canyon over here near my camp is where I actually took my shot and killed the buck. So this is actually where I killed the buck. I'm going to just go over here, mark the buck, and put a black and Miller 2025. So that's just a quick run through, very, very quick, of color coding, adding waypoints, making a plan, making it visual, adding it to all the hunt folder, and the importance of it. So now again, you can see here on my screen, if I was going to look at this, I can start to picture, how the terrain, how the deer may be moving around, where my glassing points are, and obviously where I killed, and I can utilize this information for the next year I come here, or maybe I can extrapolate some of this information for future hunts. One more quick thing too on the little organization side of things. So everything right there was added to a hunt folder, as you can see here, because the hunt is already pulled up. But let's say I was going through here and did not have my hunt folder already flagged or pinned, make it active. You would jump over here and actually turn on this little active button, because that way, if I'm going to go right now and do a bunch more waypoints, they're automatically going to pop in that folder, which is going to be great. Now you can see here, hunt for giant bucks. That new waypoint I added was already added in there. So if that hunt folder was not active, as you can see right now in the upper left, it's active. Let's say I turn that off, and I'm going to add this waypoint just right there. You see here down in the lower left that it's not added to a hunt folder. So right now, if I was working through a bunch of stuff and I was trying to turn off and turn on all these waypoints, you see that one does not turn off and turn on. So it's just a way to stay organized by pinning an active hunt on the desktop. That way, again, you're going to stay organized for a lot easier. So it's a quick look on the web. Right now I'm going to jump over mobile and kind of show you the same little features and how easy it is to do it on mobile. All right, so now we're on GOHUNT Maps on the mobile app. Same exact thing that you saw on the web. You can do this on your phone when you're sitting in your bed at night, when you're on the couch, wherever you may be traveling. You can do a bunch of e-scouting, obviously, and you can organize and color code your waypoints. So everything that we did a little bit earlier is all synced over, all the colors and everything. But let's say I had another waypoint right there. Again, how we're going to stylize this and add it to a hunt folder is going to be exactly the same. If I was going to do some e-scouting, the first thing I would do is I want to go into my hunts and actually go into that folder, and I want to pin that as an active hunt. That way all the work I do going forward is going to automatically go into my hunt for giant bucks folder. Okay, so that's the first step I would do. And now I'm going to tap on this waypoint. This waypoint is not added to that hunt because right when we started this video, you saw I dropped that waypoint, did not pin that collection. So the third button over is add to. That's going to be your add to hunt folder. And right there, I want to add it to that hunt folder right there, and now it's actually pinned. This was a spot where, let's just say I saw a absolutely giant bull elk. I want to click this edit button over here on the left. I want to click see all because I want to change that waypoint icon. We're going to scroll down here to elk. We're going to tap on it. And as you see now, one of the great things when you're on your phone, if I do the waypoint icon first, it's going to automatically change the naming convention of the waypoints. It no longer says waypoint June 12th. Now it actually goes right to elk June 12th because I tapped on the elk icon and then automatically changed the name, which is very great. Saves you some time in the field. Elk, I'm going to put right after it. It was a 330 bull, 330-inch bull. We spotted it June 12th at whatever time in the afternoon we're at right now. And it's basically that. It's that simple. You can just really scroll around, clean up all your waypoints. That's what I do a lot in the evening. If I've done a bunch of e-scouting or maybe even in camp at night, marked a bunch of waypoints during the day and did not have time for whatever reason to add notes to it, add icons, change the color. This is the process I would do by just scrolling around, tapping on waypoints and editing them and changing the color, changing the icon, because again, all that data is what you want to be collecting in the field. It's going to make your life a lot easier once you get on the hunt, and then your future hunts as well when you have all this data on your mobile app. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below as always, and best of luck on your e-scouting, boots on the ground scouting, and hunting adventures this coming fall.